Hi everyone, here is the quiz video for Thursday's lectures quiz. So the first question on the quiz says simply hello world in Java. So in order to do that, we open Dr. Java and we're going to start by entering a public class, and we're going to call it hello world. And we want this public class to have a public static void main string, or exactly what we learned in class today. And we want that to do is simply print a line. So system out print line with a hello world statement. Don't forget the semicolon. Now we need to first save it. Hello world save. Yes. Compile. And if we run it, we have hello world printed right there. Now the next question is ask the user to enter a number and store that number. So in order to get a number entered, we need to import a scanner, which is an input system, from the Java utilities. So we're going to start with that. Import from the Java utilities the scanner. And then we're going to create our public class, we'll call it number. And we want that class to have a public static void main of string arg. And we want that to have, so we're going to ask the user to input a number in writing. And we'll be polite about it. Please input a number. There we go. Now back to our scanner. We're going to call this scanner my scanner. Apparently by convention, we capitalize the scanner. Not exactly sure why. And we're going to make this scanner equal to a new scanner so that we don't mess the scanner code of the Java. And we're going to ask it to input from our system. So not from a file. You can input from a file, you can input from other things, but this time we want it from our system. Right there. And now I'm going to create a integer called x. And sorry, I forgot the semicolon. And this x is going to be the my scanner integer. But I want this my scanner to be a integer itself that is inputted. Now that is pretty much it for the code, but to check that this number is actually stored, we're going to make a little computation that we learned today in class, and we're going to test it. And technically what it's doing is that here I asked for the person running my program to input a number. So this number is an integer, and this integer is now my x. And to make sure that my x has been stored, I would like to take my x and add 1 to it, and it should give me my x plus 1. So we're going to compile this. And I've had an error. Missing the n. There we go. Let's compile it again. Compilation complete. Come on. There we go. So it says here, please input a number. We're going to input a number, say 9. So we know that if this number was stored properly, the next number that should appear on the line is a 10 because it's a 9 plus 1. And that's exactly the case. So my number was stored properly. Now, for the next question, it asks us to check if that number is odd or even. So we want to check if the number inputted, so this 9 is odd or even. We don't really need this anymore. That was just a check. How we're going to do this is we're going to enter another number, another integer. We're going to define an integer y. And we're going to say that this y is going to equal to my x, my number inputted, modulated by 2. And this just means that my x divided by 2, I'm going to check to see if it has any remainders left. So my question is that if you can check that y is equal to 0, meaning that the remainder of my x divided by 2 is 0, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to put a little statement that says your number plus, let's show them what the number was that they entered, is even, right? Because if there is no remainder left after dividing it by 2, then it's an even number. Now, remember in Scratch we saw the if do something else, do something else? Well then we'll use that. And now I'm just saying that if y is 0, I'm putting 2 equal marks because I'm not defining y as 0. I'm asking it to check if y is 0. And if that's the case, well then it'll output a line that says your number is even. Otherwise, it'll do something else. Every time I wanted to do something, I'm putting my little squiggly brackets. And the other thing I wanted to do is write something that says your number. We'll show them what their number is odd. That should be about it. So we're going to save that. And now we're going to compile. So it's good. We don't have any errors. We're going to run. So yet again, it all starts with a please input a number. We're going to input the number, say 9. 9, we all know that it's odd, so it should print the else statement. And that's exactly what it does. We're going to run it again, this time with an even number, say 4. We know that 4 is even, so it should be the if statement that's going to be printed, and that's the case. So that's it for the Thursday quiz. Hope you enjoyed it.